Yes, I thought you forgot that. And you can blow out the candle, too. So, she said that she was sick of the spider that I kept pranking her with. But I still do have it. I'm going to prank her with it. Watch this. Is that croissant? You know how much calories that has, yeah?
Yeah.
How much?
Probably like 700.
300 calories.
Okay.
Is it worth it?
Every minute of every day.
You know what you should... You know what? See, this is the way
Put Nutella on it?
Instead of having that whole thing for 300 calories, you split it and you put 150 calories worth of Nutella on it, half of it. I think that's a better distribution of calories rather than just that. And then what are you going to do after? Just get more Nutella?
I don't have anything inside of it.
I know.
Oh.
I'm just saying I would rather cut that in half, have it that today and tomorrow with Nutella inside rather than just that. And make a fucking mess in my room.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I don't care.
Well, I can't like chew in this.
Okay. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Hello and welcome, retards, to episode number 88. It is Ina's birthday episode because she was born in 1988. So that's that. So it is the 88th episode. My name is Dennis. Her name is Inja.
Inja.
And yeah, we're just going to get right into it.
Okay.
So last week you got me that candle.
Yes,
Look
I
how
did.
much I've used.
You're gloop, dude.
God, I love it. I'm going to try so many different ways.
Do you know, like, I could always tell when you're up to something when I first come in here because the way, like, the energy is different. I could tell. I could tell, like, yeah. Your energy's different, and then the way you're responding to me is different. Like, when I said, God, I feel like you're going to scare me, like, I'm done with that. Like, a second you said that, like, your energy shifted. And then when you were like, when I said, hey, what's that? And you're like, oh, I got to go check that. In that moment, I was like, guys, swear to God, if he throws a fucking spider at me right now.
You thought I was into that?
I was like, he's up to something. I can feel it. Look at this. Con!
I put it inside the
Next time it's like inside the fucking croissant. You're infusing it into the...
I can't feel it. The focus is on our face. Fucking...
You're infusing it into my food, the spider.
Right. That was the attempt. Man, I have not gotten you once other than the one time I didn't record you. I'm so fucking pissed. God damn it.
It's because every time I come in here now, I expect it.
Yeah.
Or I just don't see it enough.
Yeah.
That was out of my zone. I was not expecting that.
That was good though. That was good. Yeah.
That was good.
I literally just thought of it like.
No, this?
Yeah.
No. This is. I didn't get scared.
Well, I know, but it was a good place for it.
Oh yeah, it was a good place. That was like a last minute thing, you know.
Oh, I thought it was like the first.
I meant like the towel. The towel was good. The towel was good because that was not expected.
Yeah.
Plus, it was a white towel with a fucking black ass spider on it.
It popped out.
Popped out.
So, before we do anything that we're gonna actually talk about,
okay.
So there's two things I want to say. One, I think I know why we got banned.
Oh, did you listen to it?
I listened to it all. At first, I thought it was. Remember that guy that worked at Winco, the old dude? He worked full time at Winco, and I got pissed at that because I was like, he's retired, but he's working a full time job at Winco, and that's like taking someone else's job. Remember that a long time ago? And I wanted him to die. I wished death upon him. I was hoping to see like a blood spray on the window as he killed himself. Mm-hmm. I thought it was that because it was pretty fucking graphic.
Because that was the same episode.
It was the same episode. I was like, oh, that's 100%. I was like, that's not medical malpractice.
Right.
Right after that, we start talking about, and it's stupid. It's dumb how hopefully we don't get taken out on this one, but we are not saying that this is true, and we're saying that we were anti medical malpractice, technically.
Right.
So we were talking about the possible conspiracy of that the vaccine is going to kill people. It's a population control device. And then we were saying how that's stupid because why the hell would you kill the people that would take the vaccine? Like you would want to kill the people that didn't take the vaccine. And that's literally it. That's what we talked about. So we were like anti malpractice of people saying that the vaccine was going to kill people. And we got kicked off for that.
But not about killing them.
Not about killing the fucking guy. Not about me killing him, but him blowing his own brains out. Not about how sometimes, I don't know, I guess those other episodes will catch up. We'll see. Because we've said, so to put that in perspective, that's what we said and that got us banned. So.
Danny said, this show ain't going nowhere.
You, 110 episodes, that's how far we're in.
Once we get banned though, maybe then we'll be like, Once you get banned, though, do all your videos get deleted also? Every single one of your videos that was ever on YouTube?
No.
Oh, but we're just banned on YouTube, not everything. Fuck YouTube, then.
If YouTube kicks us off, we're switching to Rumble.
Rumble!
That's where all the...
That's what we're going to do. We're going to come out like wrestlers, and we're going to say, let's get ready to Rumble! Yeah. When we get that's our thing. Off, yeah, when we get kicked off. That's cool.
All right, I'm going to get us kicked off right now. I saw a black guy. Okay. So that's one thing, and then two. I'm glad you brought the spell book. Okay. Because I'm all into it. Mom told me kind of what happened. It's not a full surprise that what you're about to tell me.
Are you fucking with me though?
No, I'm being genuine.
Okay.
I know that you won some money. Nothing crazy.
Right.
But I remember what you said.
Right.
You specifically said if you win more than $20, it's like something.
Listen, can I go into it now?
I'll go into that
okay,
story.
listen.
I'm a believer.
Okay.
1,001 spells.
Can I go into like the full story of like how my entire weekend was?
Start when you were born.
Okay.
You know, this is the birthday.
Okay, so coming out of my mom's vagina, scary.
That's when you started spells.
That's when I started spells.
Yeah.
No, but okay, but listen. Okay, so I was supposed to do this spell in the book about the winning of chance of game, right? Yes. And this spell in the book, it said you needed 3 green stones. Jade. It could be there's just 3 green crystals. Okay. Right. You need that. You were supposed to use like a green candle, right? Okay. You were supposed to have a green candle, and you were supposed to make these like pouches, like a pouch that you can hold these rocks in, right? Like those things, and an incense, right? So it's like it's gonna be this whole thing. So Lauren went and got the rocks. She made the green pouches, like a zipper. Oh, it's not here with me, but and she actually even made us earrings that had the little crystals, right?
I saw the earrings.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we wake up that day. Lauren hurt her neck, right? Okay. Like her whole neck was like hurting. We didn't do the spell yet. The spell was supposed to start on Saturday in the noon. So I was like, okay, cool. Like the night before, I was like, I wasn't able to find the candle, right? The one because it's supposed to be natural wax candle, so not scented, not anything like that. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, we'll just go to the store in the morning. But because she woke up with the whole thing with her neck, we had to take it slower. And then I was like, and then she said, well, we got the stones. It'll be fine. Like, we don't have time. I thought she meant, like, let's not do the spell. So I left my spell book at home. Oh. So then I was like, and then as we're, like, already driving, I'm like, I thought I misunderstood that part, right? So I was like, let me see, there's got to be spells about game of chance, like something along, like similar to what I would found, right? So I found another spell, but it was not in this book. Okay. So, but I found another spell, and it was it was like you had to do a white candle this time, and you had to get like a pink, a green, and a blue candle. Okay. Right?
Yeah. And I thought just keep going.
And you're supposed to put them in a triangle, right? Yes. And it says you're supposed to do incense. You're supposed to have incense. Okay. And you're supposed to light the incense with matches. You're supposed to then light the candle. You're supposed to put all the crystals in the candle, say the spell, and then let the wax with crystals put it in your pouch, right? Okay. That's what you're supposed to happen. Okay, so we're just ready to get to Jackpot because now it's like already getting later than what we wanted to leave. Yeah. So we're like, we'll just get the incense at Jackpot. Like, they have to have incense because they have a weed store there. Yeah. So they have to have incense. Yeah. They don't have incense. And I'm like, okay, I don't have incense for this spell, but they have sage brushes, which is actual real sage that you smudge. So you take the sage and you bind it with a twine and you can light it and smudge it. Same thing.
That's incense?
That's not incense, but it's like, similar, right? Yes. So we kind of just had to like, whatever, MacGyver it a little bit. Yeah. But we had the good luck gems. We said the spell, and we literally said it like outside. Yeah. I shit you not when I tell you this, Dan said. Me and Lauren were more lucky than Scott. Scott wasn't doing shit. Like but maybe he wasn't a believer. I don't know. Because he's listening to this, I'm just going to tell him he's not a believer, and that's why he lost all his money.
Scott, you didn't believe. Yeah.
Believe this shit. But when I tell you, when me and Lauren would sit on the machine, like, more times than not, it's like, dude, every time I hit it, like, I'm winning something. Something, right? And so when we first get there, I put in $5 at the bar where you can play like the card blackjack,
Okay.
but like on the screen, not like a
Yes.
live table. So I turned the 5 into $15. Oh no, I had the 5, and Scott gives me I think another 5, and so I had $10, and then I think I ended up cashing out $20. So I doubled it. I'm like,
Doubled
that's
it.
pretty cool,
Okay,
right? While I'm having my drink. So then I take the same money I had, the $20,
20.
and there's these penny slots that are kind of like in the front. So I was like, we get to those. Anyways, we kind of walk around the whole place to kind of see which ones we want, and then decide I'm gonna just do the penny slots that I end up being good at.
Yeah.
So I'm playing on it, and so the penny slots you can bet like more than one penny. It gets up to like 90 cents.
Okay.
Right. So on this one, I'm like, I'm just gonna do 90 cents.
Yeah.
So I hit the 90 cents, and it's like says something. I win something, right? But I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck it's saying.
Yeah.
So it just starts counting. Oh yeah, like $4. Okay, 5. All right. 10. All right, dude. 15. And Lauren's like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm literally rubbing these stones when I was playing. It still keeps counting out. That same evening is a comedy show. We see that there's a comedy show.
Okay.
We didn't know. I'm like, oh, there's a comedy show? Like, we didn't know, right?
Yeah.
And so as the money's counting, we hear in the intercom saying, oh, the comedy show's about to start in 10 minutes. For the first 12 people, come get your free tickets. And Lauren's like, dude, should we go? I'm like, go get them. And so it's like literally from like where I am standing to where our Amelia is. That far is the
like
place.
10 feet, okay.
So she's like, I'm going to go. And she's like, can I get 3 tickets? And the guy's like, yeah, here's 3 tickets. By the time she comes back, I won $96 off of 90 cents, dude. And then we get to watch a fucking comedy show for free.
Who
and
was it?
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get into that
Okay,
because
okay.
the couple of jokes he did, dude, I was laughing hysterically. It was actually pretty good.
Once you-
So, just to put it in perspective, this
Yes.
game, I went to Jackpot with $350.
Yes.
Okay, $350. I spent, and so I gotta tell you what I spent because when, like, how
It
much
would
did
make
you win? How much
sense,
did you
yeah,
lose?
yeah.
So I gotta see how much I spent. But so $350. That includes I gave $50 to Lauren to gamble because
Okay.
I was like, here, just take this.
Okay.
So that's 300 that I
Okay.
have, right? 300, and then I paid for like I think for our meal or whatever. It was like $25. So
Okay.
what's that? 275.
275, yeah.
Okay, and then I got drinks for us once, and that was $24. So what is that? Like, let's just say 25.
Yeah, 261.
261 is what I
Yeah.
have. Okay, and then when I counted it, when I came home yesterday, 290, and I gambled. So I made $30
$30
more,
okay.
but I gambled all fucking night. And that's including like the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like I
So
won.
like a free night.
Right.
You had a free night with free food.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we got the show.
Yeah.
You know what I
think so.
mean? And so I don't know how much like Lauren lost or Scott or anything. I'm just talking about myself,
Yeah,
right?
for yourself, yeah.
So I don't know if that worked or not, but I'm just saying I've been to Jackpot before. Okay? Never in my life has it been like that. And it's not just me. Even with Lauren next to me, it just like keeps adding up.
Yeah.
So I have videos like, but they're like I only took
And you
like-
guys will see the videos as you saw all
and
this
it's
stuff.
literally just like 6 videos of just the machine
Yeah.
counting, and they're only 30 seconds because for some reason I'm like, what if I can't film in here because it's I don't know. So I was like, I'm just gonna do it safe. You want to see it right now or no?
Mom showed me.
Oh, she showed you the
some of
video.
videos.
Okay, okay.
They'll be like
All right.
they've been posted on the pod. Like
Okay.
they've been seeing that. But yeah.
Okay, so the comedy
Because
show.
I saw one you won like $60 off $5 or something like that. There was a
Yeah, it was like
yeah.
yeah.
No, Mom showed
And then
me
a
that
scratch
one,
ticket, like like
Yeah,
a day
you
before
won-
the spot, I
yeah.
won $75.
You won $75 on the scratch ticket. Yeah.
And then Lauren did a spell. This is earlier, right? Because
Yeah.
Scott has cameras around his house.
Yeah.
And so one day when we were out, he was like, Lauren, why were you walking around with a basket? And she's like, I was collecting this for my spell. I didn't know she did a spell. But she did a spell for like business, for like, for her business. And she ended up getting 2 new clients.
That's good. So, again, you have more on your new channel
Fuck
that you
the
did.
insane.
So you have more of this information on your channel, just so you know, so you guys know. That's why I was laughing because I wanted to find that picture. That's all I want to say. But what I wanted to say actually. So you do a spell, good fortune will come. But what's the revolving theme around this too? You have to sacrifice something.
What?
Yours, you got hospitalized from kidney stones when you did it. She had a fucking broken neck. You have to you're sacrificing some kind of pain for a certain while. And I think that's where
Jesus Christos.
Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, is. No,
That's
and
right.
I'm being.
It's
I'm
true.
being
It could be. It could be.
100%
It could
honest.
be.
Because now, if I do it, if I get injured of
Yeah.
something, and then like
There's actually a spell in there for gallstones and kidney stones.
Really?
Yep, and if you have kidney stones, you have to do 3 little rocks, and you have to you have to go to a flow of water, so like Boise River, and you have to say a spell, like you're banishing whatever ailment into these rocks, and you throw it into the thing, and it says, I don't want it back, kind of shit. Okay, listen, unless you're doing some kind of fucking dark magic spells, because there's some people that get into shit like that, and you're wanting to like open up your house to evil and shit.
She's definitely into dark magic.
Right. That stuff scares me, because I'm like, dude, that can like come back to me. But like this stuff, it's like, all I'm wishing is like, you know what I mean? I'm like, and that's the thing, is like my idea of good luck and fortune, like it doesn't have to be like if I would have hit like $1,200, I'm like, fuck yeah, of course it worked. But I'm like, dude, I played better. Like, it just went better. It just felt like it went better than it does, you know? And I'm not saying I was doing it every single time. Like, of course, sometimes I'm like, I lost $20 this whole, you know, but I've never, like, hit it to where it's like I won $97.
You've never that, and you've never probably came back positive, maybe?
Right, yeah. Never.
Interesting.
Dude, the comedy show.
Yes, comedy show.
Okay. It was called Bonkers. Well, you just look it up because I don't know what his name was. And it was in Jackpot. Yeah, it was Bonkers Comedy Production. But will you...
Any of these people?
No. See, I think it's like a Bonkers Comedy Production, but then he comes. Can you just look up like Jackpot, and it'll tell you probably what happened the other... It was Saturday. Saturday.
October 15th. Oh, okay. This one.
Was that the one?
Yeah,
okay.
October 15th.
And there was a girl from Boise there, too, that was the opener.
Oh, really?
She was Asian. Oh, my God. So this guy... He's like this bigger guy, okay? And he has like the jacket was like he's like I look like a racist. Like I look like someone I wouldn't like people, but like I do, you know? And he still doesn't tell you. Anyways, so he was saying like that he's like not trying to be like offensive. He's like, but I'm gonna make jokes about everybody. And so he'll sometimes do things like, okay, I went here. Who here is from Australia? I'm just pretending. Who's here from Australia? And like, crickets. Who here knows Australia? And then like, you know, okay, I want everyone to be included, kind of shit. Yeah. So at one of the jokes, he says retarded, right? And he goes on with it. Yeah. And he's all like, hey, retarded's not a bad word. Yeah. Because there's a difference between being mentally handicapped and retarded. Yes. He's like, I know the difference. And so he says this. He's like, my nephew has autism. He's mentally handicapped. Yes. I'm retarded. He's like, I'm going to tell you this right now. This is how I know. And then he goes into this story about how he's like, my nephew or whatever, and like, could put anything together, and he loves to hear me play the guitar. And one time he just caught me at something, and then he wanted me to play the guitar. He's like, so I grabbed my guitar, I put it on my back, and then I like forgot something in my car. So I'm like, I turn around and I'm like trying to reach it, but the guitar is like blocking me from like doing it. And I'm like, just trying to reach it. Yeah. I'm trying to reach it. And he's like, and my nephew just like taps me on his shoulder. He's like, hey, you know, you could take the backpack off. Yeah. And then he's like, and then I do that. And then my nephew looks at me. He's like, you know, you're kind of retarded. But just like, it's like one of those things, you know, when you do comedy, like when you go to, this is my first comedy show I really went to. Really? The only other thing I went to, it was like a comedian that was in like the in between the show, like you know what I mean, like we were watching a different kind of show, but he was like the kind of like the laugh thing in between, so it wasn't technically like I went to a comedy show. I just, there happened to be someone that was funny. It was just the way, like the things that he was saying, and I know it's like when you say it now it's like not as funny, but like just how he was saying, I was cracking the fuck up. Yeah. I mean, I've never seen this person before in my life.
He's right, though.
And he was, oh yeah, that's the other thing. He's all like, I don't get on plane. He's like, I drive everywhere, you know? Yeah. And he's like, my friends, they tell me like, oh, a plane, like it's irrational fear. He's like, no, it's a rational fear. An irrational fear will be opening up your door and you see, you know, just like something stupid, like Bigfoot and a tutu trying to rape me. Like that's an irrational fear, you know? And he's all like, so my friends try to get me to go on a plane. So, you know, we're on this thing, and then they're like, how much do you weigh? Because he's like this bigger guy, you know? And he's all like, my weight is not going to determine the performance of this plane. He's like, so what, you put me on the wing and we're just somersaulting in the air? He's like, I drive my ass everywhere, you know? I don't know. It was just fucking funny. He was saying how like he was like, I get really stoned and he's like, and then I think I'm like dying of every disease. He's like, then I think I'm dying of every disease. He's like, so one day I'm sitting there. He's like, I'm really high. He's like, and then my heart. He's like, I feel like I'm having a fucking heart attack. So I'm over here like, I can't breathe. I'm having a heart attack. He's like, and then I like feel my neck and there's a lump, like my ass cancer got moved to throat cancer. Yeah. He's like, and in that same moment, I'm like, you know what? A blizzard from Dairy Queen sounds really good right now. Yeah. He's like, so I get in my car. He's like, I'm going to Dairy Queen, but I don't want her to like know that I'm stoned. And then, I don't know, he just goes into the spiel, but his thing, he's like, you know how like they like dip the blizzard? You know, like to forget. He's like, so I forget that they're doing that. He's like, I forget that that's what they do. He's like, so in my peripheral, I don't want her to like look, like I don't want her to see me. She like goes to do that, and I think that she's dropping it. So I like lunge at her to like stop it. He's like, and I like hit the window, like I'm like lunging, and she like gets scared and drops it. Mm-hmm. He's like, I look at her, and I just fucking drive off. And he's all like, I want to know what her perspective was. He's like, it was just her ordinary day at work. She's coming to work, just a normal fucking day. Here's a big guy. He's like, he wants a blizzard. I go, and he fucking lunges at me. Yeah. He's all like, I hope I gave her PTSD. It's like, she's just out there chain smoking, just like, you weren't out there, man. You didn't see it. He's like, if there wasn't a window there, he would have got me. But it was just fucking hilarious. But I just felt like I was lucky. God damn, he was good. But yeah, there was some lady that opened it. Her name was Sherry. I don't know her last name, but she's Asian. And she's from Boise, I guess.
Sherry Osborne?
No, that's Sharon Osborne.
No.
That's close enough. But she's like Asian. Her mom's Asian, and her dad's from Tennessee. And her dad raised her, so she's like a hillbilly Asian, she said.
Sherry Boise, comedian.
Oh, yeah, she said my dad's Tennessee. And... No.
No?
Wait, yes. Jackpot. Yeah. She's like, I'm Taiwan. She's like, my mom's from Taiwan and my dad's from Tennessee, so I'm a necktie. Because she's like a...
Yeah. Sherry Jaffet.
Yeah.
She
was pretty good.
I saw this Liquid Boise, so that's where like it used to be like a comedy place. I think it still kind of is in a way, but it's not. I'm not sure though.
I think that they said that it was closed.
Yeah, I don't know, because like it's still like we went there recently and it still had like a bunch of posts and shit like that. But a comedy store in LA.
Nick at Night's Funniest Mom in America. That's kind of cool. Comic-Con New York. She's performed quite a bit of stuff.
Jerry Jaffet.
I know it was pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. For something that's like something I didn't plan and free
for you.
It was awesome. That's another thing is I wonder how I would have reacted if I had to pay for it. You know, I don't know.
It's just worse. But like this would have been fucking funny if it was free. Stupid bitch.
Right? Get the fuck out of here. But it was good.
Get the fuck out of here.
It was good.
No, that's good. That's good. Seems like a good weekend. I played frisbee golf.
Did you play frisbee golf for real?
Yeah.
Where at?
Fucking Ann Morrison. That's it though.
All right. Thanks for watching our podcast.
Yeah, I didn't have shit. That was it, pretty much. And I don't really have anything to talk about, other than we're probably gonna go into nuclear war.
You think so?
Man.
Why? Go ahead. Go into it.
Well, like, there's two outcomes to this.
To what?
To the Ukraine shit.
Is it still going on?
Yes.
They're not done yet.
It's getting very serious.
Is it getting worse?
Yes.
Tell me about it. I don't watch the news.
Oh, well, I know you don't. So, you know how, and I brought this up early on when like it first started. Remember, I was like, they post these fucking things like, oh, Russia's losing. It's like
right. To egg on, to make it, you know.
And it's like, like, so Ukraine takes back a place, right? But then Russia just fucking sends a shit ton of missiles to like Ukraine has like they lost 40% of power. Like 40% of people don't have power. Or I guess 60 or 40% of people don't have power in Ukraine anymore.
Like forever, for a long time.
Like until they get it fixed, which they'll just probably bomb it again once they do. They've blown off bridges, like big bridges, infrastructure bridges. They've been like blowing all that shit up. And it's just funny because it's like all these and like now Zelensky just did another fucking press conference asking for like another fucking $35 billion because of like winter's coming, this and that and this. It's like, man, like there has to be some kind of deal in this. Like it's either because it's pretty much you're fighting for like Donbass and then the whole like old not Chechnya region, Chechnya or whatever, but it's just dumb because it's like, you know, you hear these stories like, oh, a lot of like Russian soldiers are dying like compared to like Ukrainian, but it's like that's not what war is anymore. Like this isn't World War II. Like, this is just now a press of a button and you just fucking kill 20 people because of a missile. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's all warfare is now. So it's like, sure, Ukraine has more, you know, like pride and like what's the word?
Like patriotism.
Patriotism to like fight this fucking war and stuff like that, but they don't have the missile like when it comes down to it, like the missiles to fucking deal with this shit. So it's like it just keeps on fucking going and just keeps on fucking going, and like everyone is paying the price for it, and eventually like we're all gonna fucking pay the price for it because like Putin will fucking do it. You like there's two solutions. It's either Russia gives up. They're
not going to.
Which are not. So Russia gives up. They get another fucking president in there that's like all for gay pride and a very like liberal kind of person, not like a communist and all this shit, right? Which, if you look at the like next 5 to 6 fucking people in line for presidency, I can tell you right now they're nothing like that. They're all ex-KGB, all ex-Soviet, all ex.
Well, first of all, the people got and that means that there has to be enough people that are going to want to vote someone that's completely opposite as him. You know what I mean,
the
too?
Voting doesn't work in Russia the way.
Oh, they have like just a.
It's democracy, but it's like they kill the people.
It's like get this person or you're not gonna, your vote won't count because you are not gonna be here.
Pretty much that's how it is. So it's not like that's the thing though. It's like, so you have all these and it's just funny because like they're asking like for more weapons and we've sent them so many weapons, and then it's just funny. It's just really fucking dumb that people here, the ones that are like, oh, like and I'm for like Ukraine. I'm not on fucking Russia's side on this. It's just fucked for all the poor people that like are just getting bent into this bullshit political fight. But it's like you send like all these people that are like, you know, and Democrats, let's just be real, Democrats are the ones that are wanting to send more fucking money to them and all that stuff. But what are Democrats for? To get rid of guns, right? They all like don't want guns, and they're all liberal and don't want this, but then like they're sending all these guns. So it's like, so you're trying to like, so you want to take away our guns, and in case something happens like that to us, which it can, you never fucking know what can happen. China just had their Communist Party or like whatever their China like political party of the year or whatever that, and they just said they want to strengthen their military like a shit ton. So you don't know who the fuck, like anyone can attack us at any fucking point. We're not invincible. You know what I mean? So it's like the people that are all for sending fucking guns and shit like that to the military in what's it called, to Ukraine, are all like anti-gun here, things like that. So it's like, where's like, it's so fucking hypocritical, right? It's like if they had the guns that we have here, they wouldn't be in the predicament that they're in. They're still gonna be fucked because they have no chance against a fucking superpower, but it would have been like less fucked. They wouldn't have been, you know what I mean? Like it's what it is. But that's the thing though. Like there's all this like videos of like Russian soldiers and stuff like that. Like they're like completely undersupplied and all that stuff, which is like sure true. Like all their stuff. But again, it's not what war is anymore. Like troops don't fucking matter. That's why every single year we get less troops in the U.S. Less people want to join because it's like it's fucking stupid. Like look at all the wars we've been in that have been just a complete fucking waste. Afghanistan war, like what was that for?
Pointless.
Vietnam war was fucking pathetic. The Iraq war, same shit. Like all this stuff was just pathetic, and it's like, why the fuck would I join this stupid fucking military? You know what I mean? But yeah, like so there's that, and like that Russia's never. They're not gonna fucking do that. They're not gonna be like, oh well, we fucked up. No, they're not gonna do that. Never. They will fucking just keep doing what they're doing forever, or you come into some fucking deal like, hey, okay, take we both fucked up. You guys can have this region. so the world doesn't go into nuclear war over
Right.
this fucking little region of Donbass. Like this is like the main fight. Is this fucking?
It's dumb. It's a dumbass fight.
Yeah, I knew.
It's a dumbass fight.
Like it's this fucking it's this region right here.
Why is that so important?
And the thing is, like, this region is like primarily like Russian people. Like, it's, again, most Americans thought that fucking Ukraine and Russia were the same goddamn thing before all this shit. So let's just get that out of the way. But this is obviously it's border to Russia. So like the closer to Russia it is, it's the more like Russian people just live there. You know, kind of how it is like in Bosnia, like the places that are closer to Serbia is mainly like all Serbians and shit like that. So it's like, but it's all the fucking same goddamn thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like, it's maybe a little bit different with religion, but they speak the same language, all that bullshit. But
why they just?
So that's the region that they're like fighting for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's like all the Ukraine over there. Like, this is all Ukraine. That's it right there, that little region. And it's like, we might go into like, and like NATO's now setting up like nuclear shit in somewhere over there. Russia's been fucking threatening to use nuclear bombs for this fucking shit, and just for whatever reason, like, and I get it. Where I'm on the side of like Ukraine, where it's like, well, if you like that saying, like, if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Right. It's like, oh, if I give a little bit, then they're gonna want this and want
this. So it's like,
sure,
sure, I get that. Like, I completely get that perspective of why you wouldn't do that. But at the same time, it's like, man, this guy's not gonna fucking stop. Like,
right.
You think he's gonna?
I wonder if they could sign something into a thing that's like, hey, I will give you this, but we're signing this off that you don't get any more of our shit. This is it.
They could work up a deal, guarantee you. But no one is fucking. The U.S. is there's literally zero speak of a fucking deal. Like, there is zero discussion of any kind of deal to happen. And it's just.
Do you think this is a distraction for something different?
What would the distraction be? What would be a good distraction right now?
Oh, like, what do you mean they're distracting us from?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Like, this is all just like a fake thing, and there's something underground going on. That's what. But you want to know what the underground is? Let me think. Let me think. Fuck if I know, but there's gotta be something.
No, it's fucking.
Maybe
war.
It's not, but
no,
it's like,
but not. It's just like.
But what I want to know is like how many threats do they give? Like, if you're really gonna bomb someone, I'm like, come on.
No, you're right.
Like, if I truly fucking hated my neighbor, right?
It's not about hating their neighbor, though.
Okay, it's not about hating their neighbor.
It has nothing to do with hating a neighbor. It's not like, oh, we fucking hate you guys, so we're gonna do that. It's not. It has nothing to do with that. It's
just we want to come together, but we're gonna use force.
What do you mean?
Like, they want to take over that little part, but like, I'm going to try to do it forcefully.
Well, it's mainly because the whole NATO thing. Ukraine wants to get into NATO.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. And so like that's the reason why they're like.
No, because it's like, then that's closer to you guys attacking me. Right.
Exactly. You're bordered with the fucking country that is completely against NATO. It's the same. Like I've said it again. It's the same thing as if. Like, unfortunately, it's hard to kind of explain because Mexico and Canada are such big countries, so you can't really compare it with that. But let's say like California was still Mexico, right? Like, California is still Fuck it, let's just say Mexico. That's like if China was like, okay, like, we want to get into Mexico, right? And like now, the thing is, it's a different country.
But I get what you're saying. Like, now it's like, no, I'm not gonna have my like this. Right, this huge military being like right in my backyard.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's like, of course, U.S. is gonna fucking fight against that shit. But so that's like with NATO trying to get Ukraine in there. It's like it kind of threatened Russia, and like I'm sure again he wants fucking the old Soviet Union back. I'm sure I'm sure that has something to do with it too. But yeah, it's nothing about like hating the people. It's just.
But what do you think they feel about it now? Now, do you think there's hatred?
What, Russia?
Yeah, to them.
Not the Russian people, no.
No, not the Russian people. I'm talking about like just government itself.
I don't think it has anything hatred. It's just like you're gonna fucking join us.
Hey, but
it used to be, like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, all that was the Soviet Union. Like, that's why most of those countries all over there know Russian, even though they're not like Russian people. They speak a different language.
Right.
But it's all like they know.
What are
Russian.
the benefits of having? How does having NATO in Ukraine benefit the Ukrainian people?
having that military backup, money being sent,
right.
Things like that. It's more of a benefit to just NATO in general, Germany, U.S.,
Right,
all
right.
the people that are fucking part of NATO. But it's just crazy. Like in that, you're right. Like how many threats does it take? Like, I
But I mean,
know.
like I'm just wondering, like, are you gonna just like keep saying that and then it's like, okay, there, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because, or is it like, are you just gonna not say it and then just do it, or are you,
Yeah.
I just don't know what that looks like.
Because if they fucking send a nuclear
Oh,
bomb,
right, because then the whole world is just done.
Russia alone, Russia and U.S. have the most nukes, and I think Russia has a little bit more than the U.S. But they have enough to blow the world into smithereens.
But why would they?
take
Because then it
everyone-
would, what benefit would that do for them? Because then it would kill them too.
Exactly, that's the thing. So
you know what I mean?
That's the thing about because this isn't a small threat. It's
right.
It's if you're, let's say there's no war, nothing happened, and then Russia kept threatening, oh, we're gonna attack. It's like, okay, an attack is an attack. Sure, it's bad. It's fucking terrible. But playing around with nuclear fucking weapons, that's a complete different story. The only reason the U.S. didn't get anything fucking back for that when they did it it's because no one fucking else had one. No one was even remotely close to fucking having one. If that was today and the U.S. did that shit, who fucking knows what would have happened? You know what I mean?
I just I don't know. It's like they I don't know. It's like if you. It would just fuck over everybody.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's like, dude, that's not gonna just and all your problems are gone, and now it's just us. It fucks over everybody. So it's like, I don't know what you guys gotta do to figure it out. I don't think they will. Look at how long Afghanistan shit was. Who knows? This could be going on for the next fucking 20 years.
Oh no, it easily could.
You know,
the Middle East is always in war since fucking thousands of years. But yeah, I don't know. It's
it's greed. You know.
Yeah. No, it literally is. It's interesting for sure, because he broke down the video 30 billion for our economic crisis to come. It was 2 billion for coal and gas. And it's funny because it's of course the Democrats aren't giving the money for this, but it's aren't they all anti-coal and anti-gas,
right.
and they want you know what I mean? It's
right.
What? What side are you guys fucking on? And it's let's be real. There was a lot of fucking and again, this is gonna come down to the conspiracy theory bullshit, but all the Hunter Biden stuff with the fucking computer, which is 100% true. Let's be fucking real. But all the why do you think they're sending them all this money? Why do you think they're okay with it? Because I guarantee you there's so much money because Ukraine is a very corrupt country. I'm sure there was so much fucking money laundering going on in Ukraine for all these fucking huge world power shit, you know what I mean? Not like Google, not like those companies, these weaponized or these oil companies and things like that. There was probably so much fucking money laundering going on in this country where Zelensky himself knows hey, you guys are gonna fucking pay up for how much you guys if we did all that shit for you, you fucking have our back. You know what I mean? It's so give me fucking $30 billion.
Right.
I know you guys will, and that's why they have been. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there is that kind of side to it where it all comes down to politics and greed and corruption and shit. But it's
and you know what? Maybe that's a conspiracy theory, is the fact that it's just a way of getting money and funding, you know?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Maybe it's just something. Who knows? It's hey, our country needed this. We're going to sacrifice some people to fucking get it.
You know what? You could be...
hey, this is a one way to do it. If we have to fucking sacrifice some people, they haven't done that shit before.
Yeah.
That's not anything that's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's if that's what I'm saying, it's... I don't know. I don't look...
Right.
I don't watch it enough. I don't pay attention to it enough.
I don't know too much,
but you know what I mean? You could ask me anything. I'm dude, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
No, you're right, though. Honestly, that can be, why the fuck not?
Because I've never...
Because I guarantee you Zelensky was put in from U.S., top-end U.S. people.
You know what I mean?
He's a fucking puppet.
I just, besides this one, when there's other countries that are needing aid of any sort, so whether it's, for whatever fucking reason, what country have we given money to?
We do Israel's a big one, but so we're talking about we're talking about billions of dollars.
Right.
That's insane, billions of dollars. So to even how much people are in Ukraine? I would imagine 25 million, maybe. Ukraine, how many people live here? 44 million, so a bit more than I thought. So 44 million. Right there. 44 million people live in Ukraine. So that's the size of what, California?
I don't know.
I think no. Actually, no. I might be right. California might have the same amount. A little bit
39.
less.
Okay.
So it's a little bit bigger than California. Land wise, I'm not too sure.
But like people wise.
But people wise,
Not by much though.
Not by much. 5 million people, and with the war thing going on, like, and all the people who left and shit like that, it's like probably 20 million now. But like, what's it called? So, what was it? Oh yeah, so billions of dollars is a shit ton. Like, because I wanted to break it down to like you've seen. Because you're talking about like money and all that stuff. Because like right now they're technically buying votes here, like in Idaho, and some people are getting most people are getting $300 back from like the Idaho state tax. Did you hear about that?
No.
So like, mom and dad got $600. We're gonna get $300 each, and, like by Thanksgiving. But because remember the $75 thing?
Oh, right.
Because we had $1.7 billion in surplus. And I was talking this to our cousin, because he follows like state law like a shit ton. What he was explaining to me, because like all that money, so instead of the $75 to each person, that was X amount of money it took, and with all this infrastructure that they did, and all they were like, oh, we fucked up. We have a lot more money than we thought, so here's another $300 to everyone. So they're buying votes technically. That's like, let's be real.
Right.
Like the elections are about to happen in November and shit like that for governors and stuff like that. So obviously they're buying votes.
Right.
And but you see like that normally it's like the 75, but now it's 300 for each fucking person. That's like a lot.
Right.
And then that's still like including all the other fucking things. That's a lot of fucking money, right? And it's like just to buy votes. So when we're talking about like, how much we've sent to Ukraine, we're talking about billions of dollars. That was 1.4 billion, I think, for just the Idaho thing. I think California is doing it too. And I don't know what their surplus was. I have no idea. And they pay a shit ton of tax over there. I don't know what theirs was, but I'm trying to put that in perspective. Let's say it was $30 billion, and they're going to be able to do whatever they want with that money, right? But like all this stuff is like going to Ukraine, and how much money that is. But then we're talking about like that there's. Like, I guarantee you we can send $2 billion to some country if they use it actually fucking properly and it doesn't come out. Because let's be real, that money's going to who the fuck knows, You're talking about billions of fucking dollars. But you put in perspective that if we sent like $1 billion to some like country in Africa that doesn't even have fucking water, like distribute, like they clean their fucking hair with cow piss and shit like that, like because there's some places that do that. We can't we don't send them anything, if we're talking about that, we have all this money and this is just clean money going around for no reason whatsoever, just for the benefit of the country because they're in a fucking mishap. Like everyone needs fucking money. They're saying that they need the 35 billion because like they're gonna have a economic collapse. Like what the fuck are we in? Do you think we're in a good place to fucking give you money?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is like I just don't understand the the want to send that amount to a country that no one gave two fucks about before this. I'm sorry.
No.
But like no one really fucking knew or gave two shits. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, did you know that there's like people that are affected with shit here that that could have been going towards whatever? But okay, fine. You don't want to send it to your own people. Fine.
Yeah.
But it's like, why this and why now? Why this much money and why this particular country? Unless there was a benefit in it for you. Yeah. Just like,
there is the NATO shit. Like that's the benefit. Things like that, the whole, with fucking people running businesses over there, the Hunter Biden.
They're just probably looking at it like it's an investment into something that's going to benefit them greatly in the future.
What it is.
Fuck it if they're going to fuck. See, that's what I'm saying. Let's just fuck over a little bit of people that live here, just like they're fucking over us. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not. I mean, it's different. Obviously, we're not in a physical war, right? Like that isn't happening. Yeah. But that's still fucking people over.
We're like printing so much. We've printed so much money. Like money doesn't even fucking like money's just dumb now. Like it's fucking
right. So it's like
thing.
Just like the people that are just sacrificing whoever in their own countries. You know,
it's for sure true. Yeah, because like we're talking about like money, like and like with the 9/11 thing, like a week before, one of the top fucking government like treasury people said they like misplaced like trillions of fucking dollars.
And then 9/11 happened.
That,
right. Yeah.
How
and
much was that? That was like
a lot.
Like trillions.
But that part got bombed too. That area with the records, which was a kind of further, which was not anywhere close to the 9/11 building, really.
Yeah.
Not anything that would be in relation to each other. You know what I mean? Not something that an airplane could do, but.
Yeah, but the Pentagon. How much was it? It was it 21 trillion, 2.3 trillion? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rumsfeld. Yeah, that's who it was. 21 trillion. I don't fucking know something, but like.
And then that area got bombed just randomly. But like, let's make it look like something.
And then we went into a country that had nothing to do with it, and for what reason? Oil.
Right.
So it's like, you know what I mean? Like.
But that's what I'm saying. If that really was like. Okay, they needed to, maybe they fucked up. And they're like, oh my God, we have this much money missing. Fuck, how do we save our asses? Well, we're going to have to sacrifice some of these people on this plane in this building. To them, it's nothing. We're just fucking nothing.
You would think, like, they could never do that.
Yes, they fucking can.
There's literally, when the whole fucking, and I've talked about this so many times, during the whole Bay of Pigs shit, during the whole Cuba Missile Crisis, when Cuba had, like, missiles and we were fucking, like, and that's what we did, you know what I mean? Like, so we're going into a country trying to fucking kill Fidel Castro, which is, like, completely highly illegal. Like, no matter, you know what I mean? Like, we have killed so many fucking leaders and shit like that to put one of our puppets in to give him a shit ton of money just to run the country in the way we want it to be fucking ran. And then you're talking about, like, why would Russia do this? Like, you don't fucking... I can guarantee you, if the U.S. was fucking Russia, how fucked we are. If the U.S. was Russia and the fucking everything is exactly the same, but just the U.S. was Russia and all that stuff, we would have fucking literally obliterated them by now. Just to fucking, we want something, we will fucking take it, right? In a way where it shows a fucking message, or in a very slimy underground way where no one needs to know how we did this, but we fucking did it, right?
Right.
So you have that, but. Like the whole Bay of Pigs thing, there was literally so many. I don't know what the thing was called, but they wanted to bomb U.S. cruise ships, like a cruise, like which would have been, I think, like a good thing. So it's kind of unfortunate.
Especially if it was a Disney cruise.
If it was a Disney cruise, they should have bombed every single one. That would have been really nice. But no, the U.S. government wanted to bomb their own U.S. cruise ships to show, hey, Cuba fucking killed all these people. Right. Now you guys killed our people. We're gonna fucking attack you now. That is like open document, literally proof that they were that they were going to do that. Like that is open, unclassified documents today that they were gonna do that. So what makes you fucking think that they wouldn't have done something with that when it comes to trillions of fucking dollars?
Right. I love how people just think like, oh, the government won't. Dude, America was founded with people coming and literally raping and killing people and claiming it as their own. Yeah. And we've been doing that ever since. Yeah. We never want to clean up our own white trash mess. Yeah. We're like on fucking Jerry Springer. You know what I mean? It's like we don't want to clean up our own shit. Like there's people fucking dying, but like we're going to act like we're better. We're entitled white trash people. Yeah. You know, when you see them, like they act like they're good, but then like they go back to their trailer park and they're just like beating on their kids. But it's like, let me just pretend I'm fucking good.
I'm a God Christian.
Right. That's what it is, exactly.
Yeah.
And then for them, people think, oh, they can't ever, dude, they sacrifice us in
yeah.
Or like, it's like, dude, we look at history. We've been, you know what I mean? This country's been the most forceful, forceful with their choices.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. Like, I don't know. It's.
How crazy would it be? How crazy of a, to find, like, how there's countries where it's, like, the most peaceful fucking country.
Yeah.
Like, there's just peaceful things. Like, nothing happens. It would be so nice to just go and visit and just be like, oh, my God. Like, this is how fucking people live. Yeah. I wonder what that would feel like to live in a place like that. And how are they able to live like that? Like, how are they able to sustain... Like, what is their secret? I get it. They're smaller. It's easier to do things when it's smaller. Like, it's really hard to control something like, especially a country like America, where it's not like you have all these different states, all these different rules, and every state is different. It's not I can be in California and I can be in New York and it's all going to be the same because I'm in the United States. No. And so it's like you can't make everybody happy.
Like we talk about it all the time with like marijuana laws and gun laws, like even from here to fucking Oregon.
Right.
Like for me to go to for me to go somewhere that's fucking 30 miles away to go get marijuana, or I bring my Idaho gun 30 miles away to go get that, I am like a literal felon.
Right.
And I can lose my right to fucking vote, which that doesn't even fucking matter because who gives a shit, but still, that's like a power that we have. You have you lose your right to vote. You lose your right to a lot of shit when you
for like a long time.
Forever. Literally forever for something that you did in your own country.
You can't even get a passport.
You can't even move. You can't even because like you know what I mean. Like there was like I remember when the whole like Californians started fucking moving here. Like there was like signs and things that go back to where you came from. Like, huh? Like this is are we the United States of you know what I mean? So
right.
We're talking about something like that. It's like, and it's so different, especially now in this country where like it was like still relative, but now it's like the left is the left, the right is the right.
Oh yeah,
like,
there is like
so fucking
just like our economics. There's no like it's like
it's very poor, very rich, very right, very left.
And then the
black
people
power, white power, like it's just like Jesus Christ. Can we like?
And then the people that fall through the cracks, like us and other people that we know, that it's like I'm kind of like, it's just kind of there's so much gray area. You know what I mean? Just like people like you can't, you know how you said, well, Democrats don't want guns here, but they don't have a problem sending, you know, but the way that the like shit is written with what people stand for is so intertwined. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it's like you can't pick sides. It's like kind of how we talked about. Okay, if you want to be a true religious person and be like, I believe in whatever and preach it, okay, that means every single thing that you read in that Bible or whatever you read, you have to follow that to it. You can't pick and choose. You can't say, oh, well, I do this and not that. Fuck that.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing. It's like you can't.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, it's crazy. Because, it's just like, honestly, like, I'm, like, more right side than fucking left now. Mm-hmm. Like, because, like, you look at these places, man, there's a story that just fucking came out. It was a middle school. It was a middle school fucking volleyball team. And they have one trans female on the team, so a guy transitioning to a girl. And this is in Vermont, so Bernie Sanders country. Very fucking left side, very liberal. State law shows like whatever you identify as, that's what you use. Like, so bathrooms, whatever. And these girls, 7th grade, 8th grade, maybe 6th grade, because I know sometimes middle school, 6th grade. 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade girls are uncomfortable with this trans female change because she's on the, like, she's like, they were perfectly fine with her on the team. All that stuff is like, that's whatever. That's fine. But we're uncomfortable with her changing because she got a fucking cock and balls hanging out. And she's like, I'm just gonna say he, fucking strike too. He's looking at them like in a sexual way, right?
Right.
And these girls are uncomfortable about it. They came out, you know, saying that and stuff like that. They're like, nope, like, because they were saying like if she can just go in and use like the private bathroom that's in the locker room, cool. They're like, and what the fucking school says and shit like that. It's like, no, you guys can go in the. Then the girls were like, this shit's gonna take us like 30 minutes to an hour extra just to fucking get ready for practice or a game or this or that. It's like she can't go. So it's like this fucking. That's how
petty though.
Far the left has gone.
That's how petty I would be though. If I was like if I was the person like I was on the team, not the trans person, but the other ones. Okay, we will all go in there.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! And all these parents that came to play, and everyone's like, "Where's the game?" No, we're changing, and just make it to where it's like we can't. We have to change in here because you want to be petty about it. Cool. Yeah. We'll just make sure that every single person that comes to the game is gonna want a fucking refund because we're not out to fucking play.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I would do.
I hope that does happen because that's like an ongoing thing right now because it's state law. Like that's how far the left has gone, that it's state law for that to be like okay. And it's just like,
but I don't understand. It's like, okay, when did it become this thing where like gender's the only thing that you can change? Why can't I change my economic status by just identifying as being fucking rich? I'm serious though. Okay, so you don't have a vagina and I don't have $1 million either, but like can I just figure it out?
Yeah.
But why can't I?
Yeah.
But I'm not like even okay. Why can't I get into certain? You know, there's probably certain. Okay, why can't I get into a country club without a membership? Can't I just say that I have one? That's probably gonna get us kicked off, you know. But
Costco without a membership.
I'm just like.
No, it's and that's the thing though. It's like all these things, and it's like it's just gotten so. it's gotten so much. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's gotten so crazy, and it's like before. It's like when you look at it, it's like okay,
It's when you give someone an inch.
Yeah.
It's when you give him an inch.
I guess Slava Ukraine.
No, I'm being dead serious. It's like
It's true.
But that's the thing.
It never goes back. It never goes back.
It never goes back. But that's the thing is. It's like, okay, so for a long time, like that's what happens when certain people feel like they've been oppressed for a long time. You know what I mean?
No, you're
so
right,
it's like you have gone from, if you were, let's just say, keep it something that's, because trans and things like that is, I'm not gonna say it's a new thing. It's gone. It's a newer thing that's out in the news that's more open to talk about. Yes. So we're just gonna keep it like that. Okay, we're gonna keep it simple. Gay, right? Yeah. Okay, because that's something that people have known of. Yes. That's something that, but you were oppressed back then, and you couldn't like be out with your partner or whatever. Yeah. It doesn't fucking matter, and so you're oppressed, and so like that's what you're wanting is like certain of those like, hey, I want these privileges as much. Yeah, yeah. We can even go back to like being a woman and not being able to vote. Yeah, yeah. That's being oppressed, or being African, whatever. It doesn't matter. So then it's like, okay, let's like, but that's kind of what happens. It's like you can't. Like once you start giving power and choices to a certain group of people, you have to be willing to give it to other groups of people. But there still has to be rules and shit in place. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. That's the issue. Okay, fine. Let there be trans people on the team. Whatever. Figure it out. I don't know. But that's the thing is then it's like now you're giving so much power and freedom that you're not going to have any control or any rules or law, and then it's just gonna be pure fucking chaos.
Yeah, no, that's true.
You know what I mean? You
true.
have to have some things like
because that's the thing. Like there was the whole like swimmer situation, things like that. Like because that's the thing though. It's like you don't see any like all of these stories that have happened. Find me one fucking story that's like, oh, this trans male is just dominating in this fucking sport. What trans male, so a female going to a male, what trans male has went into some male sport?
No, never.
Zero.
Really.
None. Because like there would be like what would it do? You know what I mean?
What I want to know is this.
It's all male to fucking female because that's where the advantage is. Like imagine LeBron James is like, you know what? I'm a female and he goes to the WNBA.
Oh yeah.
He will make no team will score except him. He can be his own team and win.
Right.
Like that's how crazy it would be, you know what I mean? So like you see all these trans females with the whole sports shit and all that stuff because there is a advantage on that. And it's like we're talking about like women's rights. Like that's completely depleting women's rights in my opinion.
Right.
I think it's completely destroying women's rights.
Right.
Because it's like they've worked they have to work extra fucking hard to be now to be going against these biological males and shit like that. Like, I don't know. To me, that's just fucking crazy.
Right.
For the females, for the women. And I'm not saying that there shouldn't be, like, and we've talked about it before, it's like they should have their own league. They should have their own thing.
Right.
With trans men.
I don't know. And this is like, again, this is probably going to get, whatever. It's like, who cares? But,
it won't.
Besides the swimmer that like remember it's like when he was swimming with the men's he was like placed whatever. What I want to know though is I'm intrigued as to how many of these people, and I'm talking about high school, like we're gonna do a high school college where it's like especially high school, like for example this person's in the volleyball thing. Did they show any interest of volleyball when they're a male?
Yeah, like that, like the history of that. Like, what's the history between?
Because I want to know. Like, I'm not saying there has to be an interest, but it's like you had no interest, but now you have an interest is like I'm not. Because there's people that are going to take something and they're like, I'm going to take this for my advantage.
Yeah. No, of course.
I'm going to take it for my advantage.
Of course, because like now you look at like you had the Time Female of the Year and it was Caitlyn Jenner.
Right.
Like Bruce, I
right.
guess Caitlyn Jenner. So it's like you took something that like some woman could have been like, fucking I don't goddamn know. Like I can't think of any like some woman that's like highly powerful or some shit like that, or someone that did such a beneficial thing, like an actual woman did it. But no, just because this guy transitioned to a female and just is popular, you took that away from a female.
Right, someone that had money up the ass that could easily do it. He had enough money that he could have said, you know what, I want you to implant 2 dicks on my head like horns because I want to identify as whatever the fuck. Because you had enough money for that. That doesn't take courage. You know what I mean?
That you had the. there was like a Sports Illustrated Female of the Year. It was a trans man.
Right.
So it's like you took that away from, you know what I mean? It's like,
right.
And then we're like, and that side is all for women's rights. So where the fuck are the women's rights on this? You're giving more rights to the trans females rather than the actual biological females.
Right.
Like, holy fucking shit. And then like there's a whole like chest feeding now. They don't want to call it breastfeeding anymore. They want to call it chest feeding because they want to have trans female. It's crazy. It's crazy. Trans females to breastfeed and stuff like that, which you technically can, but you have to take so much fucking drugs for that. Like, I don't even know what you're feeding that baby. You're feeding that baby fucking just literal pills. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's just like, it's so, I don't know. And again, I come down to it where, like, you don't see this in countries that people are struggling in. Because when it comes to survival, everyone knows their fucking place. You know that, you know, like, well, let's go back down to fucking base. Like, when you look at Ukraine.
What's funny is, like,
didn't stay.
Before all this, it's like women were told to cover up when they breastfeed their babies. Even if you're being like, I'm not saying flop your fucking tit.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there are some. But it's like, no one said I'm just going to flop my tits out and feed my kid. But, like, I can just feed my kid. Like, don't fucking look at me.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to see anything. You're going to see my kid's fucking head. You know what I mean? I'm not going to take my kid to the fucking bathroom where someone's taking a shit so my kid can eat and I can sit in the toilet smelling everyone's shit. You go eat your fucking food in the bathroom, you know? But, like, that was a huge thing. Oh, you can't. But now it's like, oh, it's just too much is being asked of it. Like, what makes you so entitled for you to think that just fucking go on with your life? Yeah. Go on with it. Yeah. Address it when it starts to become a bothersome thing. Yeah. How do you even know anyone in your circle is even going to give two fucks?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you can't have the entire world care.
Yeah.
You know, I'm only going to bring it up and have it be an issue is if it actually becomes an issue in my life. But I'm not going to fight for something that it's like it can never. It's not an issue to me. Yeah. But it's just going to make it more miserable. Not miserable, but it's going to, like, take away from other things that we could be focused.
Dumb because it's like there will all because we're all talking about like systematic biasm, right? So like you're like there's a whole systematic against like there's no systematic bullshit anywhere. There really isn't. It's like they're forcing it down so much where like it. Yes, there will always be individuals that are racist. Whether that's a police officer, whether that's a fucking doctor, whether that's a teacher, there will always be someone that's against gay people. Whether you're a doctor, a teacher, a fucking whatever, there will always be individuals in any field of anything, of any color, of any religion, that will be a biasm versus something. So that's racist, sexist, religiousist, fucking whatever, right? But like, it's just like this whole so it's like yes, like give them rights, and they do. Like there's like all this stuff, like, but then it's like leave it at that. I don't know. It's just like,
but it's like never enough. It's never enough. This country is with greed, with whatever the fucking greed is. It's gluttony and greed. You can never have too much fucking shit.
Yeah, I think it's just because of boredom too. Like it's
boredom
so
and
here. Even though that you're struggling, it's still like easy, right? It's like
it's such a very attention seeking society. It's like, oh, I don't get this. Like, pay attention to me. I'm gonna get it one way or another.
Yeah. And
then it just like leaves so many people powerless. You know what I mean? It's like teachers can't control their classrooms because if one kid throws a fit, now their parents are going to throw a fit because their teacher didn't know that they don't go by this. But it's like, dude, that's at your fucking house. You know what I mean? This is society. Yeah. So you can coddle your kid at your house, but when they leave, your precious little whoever is not going to be the best at everything. They're not. There's gonna be some days that no one's gonna give two fucks about your kid. Yeah. And there's probably your kid's gonna piss off someone that they're gonna wish that it was their kid so they could slap them across the face. Yeah. But that's the thing is then they grow up to be entitled, thinking that they're just like, and they ask for more and more shit.
Very true.
And then it just like, I have no idea what that's going to look like, you know? Yeah. Like the kid I go to work with that's a teenager, he says there's so many trans kids in his school.
Yeah.
I couldn't even, like I thought school was like, I would never go to middle school or anything now. I thought it was hard then, just like fitting in. Oh my God, having to like pay attention to like, offending someone because you assume their gender.
You'll see in the future. Like, you'll see in the future. Because, like, you saw... I know you don't watch the news, but, like, Kanye West and Candace Owens went to the Paris, like, fashion show or whatever. You know Candace Owens is by chance? She's, like, she's a black, like, Republican as well. Like, kind of like what he is, you know what I mean? So, like, anti what these like liberals and all that stuff are talking about, right? And they went to it with a like White Lives Matter shirt, and it
with a White
Lives Matter shirt, and they're like and everyone was asking like, why did you do that? You know, because he's like, because it's true. Like, white lives do fucking matter just like black lives matter. Asian lives fucking matter like Asian lives matter.
Right.
That's why, like, the whole, like... And now there's that... Because the whole BLM, that whole fucking thing, is, like, under so much lawsuits and shit like that because they were stealing money from this. There was a bunch of fraud and all that stuff. But it's, like, literally the reason they did it is just, like, to show how hypocritical and crazy it is to where, like, white lives matter or...
Black Lives Matter or whatever.
It's like all lives fucking matter. And it was funny because like all lives matter became a thing that was like racist against black people. It's like you're being racist to yourself saying that you're not in the all lives.
Right, because you're like saying like, all lives. Black Lives Matter too. Okay, they're part of all.
Yeah, like it's just funny.
I think that like usually sometimes maybe it starts out as like something innocent, right? Like it starts out as something like crazy. Oh, like it just whatever. And then it just becomes so fucking intense that it's like, this is not even like the game Telephone where you like whisper a message in someone's ear and then the next thing come around and says your grandma's a cunt. You know what I mean? And it was just like, how are you was the beginning. So it's like, I don't know. It just gets so...
blown out of proportion, I guess you can say.
It just, it's like I just don't get it. You know, I feel bad for...
Yeah, I can't like... I can't imagine going to fucking school right now. There would be no way in hell.
Like, I know I wouldn't be fucking happy, like, if Amelia, and that could be, people can be judgmental or whatever about how I feel about it, but, like, if Amelia was in school when they start playing sports, middle school, and she was, like, telling me, like, you know, I would be fucking pissed. Yeah, it's like, first of all, you know what, first of all, then, okay, you know what they should do? What schools should do in the first place then to avoid all these fucking troubles? You have the money, you have taxes that come in. Okay, so your locker area, okay, make a shit ton of fucking stalls. Okay, make a shit ton of stalls so everyone can just change in it. Yeah. Because there's probably people. Okay, there's people that are overweight that probably don't feel like undressing, or that have maybe some fucking skin disorder they don't feel like undressing, or it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. There's all these things. So it's like, okay, how about we just make it easier and just fucking have everyone dress in there instead of making one fucking person be allowed to dress in one thing but then like fuck everybody else, you know, like, 'cause that's not okay either. So
yeah, because it's I don't know, it's just like this whole thing is just like, it's just like, do what you fucking want to do when you're an adult. Like, I don't fucking give a shit. It's just, it's just brought to these fucking kids at such a young age.
Oh yeah.
And like, I don't know, it's just like you're bringing sexual, because that's what it does come down to, like sex and things like that, not like the physical action of sex,
right.
Like the human anatomy of sex and things like that. It's like it's being brought down in such like a young age.
Oh yeah.
And like the thing is, because you can raise your child to be anything. Like that's a mind that you have complete fucking control over. So you can easily have a kid and make them believe what you want them to believe from day fucking one. If you keep telling them that fucking Santa Claus is the president, like all this
right.
forever, and you just keep inbraining, and you have books of it, you've made all this stuff, like they will grow up believing that Santa Claus was the president, that you can make a complete false lie to them.
Oh yeah.
And so like that's the thing, is like kids' minds are so easily, what's the word I'm looking for, like manipulated. Manipulated, yeah. So you can manipulate a fucking young child's mind in such an easy way, and like a lot of these schools are fucking doing that and things. Like it just, I don't know, it's just weird. Like there was also like this I think it was an elementary school, and it was like the book was called like this book is very gay or something like that. And it's like, okay, cool, like maybe for someone that's gay, like but there's one section, like a chapter, and they're like the ins and outs of gay sex, and it's just talk about like the actual like sexual thing, and like this is in elementary school, and like Muslims went crazy over it because like they're, you know, that's their religion, that's whatever,
right?
But it's like there's even like regular fucking parents were like, yeah, this is like it's a bit too much. Like we understand, like obviously you should have like something for them and all that stuff, but like I don't know, it's just to me it's like you're too young. You shouldn't even be fucking thinking about you should go outside and fucking play and what kind of bike you're gonna fucking ride, or where you're
schools, elementary schools especially, even middle schools. It's like, dude, teach them the basic fucking things that you're supposed to teach them, why don't you fucking teach them about things that are important, like taxes and like there's this one, and I know maybe like to some people it won't be important, but like when I was going to school, I had to find out like who did any mindfulness kind of like training.
Yeah.
And there was this like place in Sun Valley that comes to schools and does it for like an hour, and so they do like meditation, but they do like they talk to kids about early signs of what to watch for when it's like you know, if you get sad or have anxiety, depression, that's important. And it's like, how do you deal with it? Like, these are some things. You could take a break, you could breathe, you could do this, like exercises, and how to recognize it in other people. Like, if you notice a friend, you know, because it's like that. That's important stuff.
Kids are fucking
and they were saying like, there's this. And then the program I was talking to them, they were coming to one school, and they actually were there for like years already, and they followed kids that like they did it like. That kids that did it from like when they did elementary school, middle school, high school, and then went off to college. Like, I don't know what the percentage was, so I can't even like do that. But it just was like they responded to like emotional distress and things like that a lot better because they learned all these tools.
No, that's
nobody in Twin like they don't come around and do that, and so it's like. Why can't you have shit like that? Like things that are actually helpful to people. I'm not saying like don't talk about everybody that's included, but it's like I'm pretty sure they're not touching base on like all these other things that they could be touching on, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And so kids just graduate school, don't know how to read, but at least they know how to have gay sex. Yeah. That's good.
And know how to call someone by their fucking pronoun.
Right.
Yeah. And then just one last thing. Fucking Canada now. They have this like they legalize euthanasia over there, so like assisted suicide.
Oh yeah.
And it's like in a way where it's like it seems very fucking easy to do.
Like what?
It's very fucking scary for people that like this mom found out that her 23-year-old son has a fucking appointment in 2 weeks to kill himself, right? Through like because she like. I don't know what she saw it from. I think she saw like an email somewhere.
Wait. So it's not even like you have a medical thing and you can do assistance? Because I know there's some where it's like that. So it could be like anybody?
But it could be, this was his reason and how we got it. I'm diabetic and I lost vision in one of my eyes.
They don't do vision tests?
Huh?
Is he really diabetic?
No, he's legitimately, he's like, my life is so fucking terrible right now. I want to kill myself because I'm diabetic and because it's getting so bad, I lost vision in one of my eyes. And that was enough for them to be like, yeah, okay, we'll do it.
No.
Yeah, and they even say they'll even do it for underage people if they can see that they're mentally aware and like.
You're fucking joking.
Yeah.
Well, it's Canada though. They trust their people.
Yeah.
Imagine doing it here.
But Canada's kind of the same as here. Like, it's really not that much different. Canada's kind of fucked too.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Like she found out.
Are they able to cancel, or is he still gonna do it?
I think they got it, like, because she called in, like saying kind of like this most similar thing. They're like, yeah, we can get you an appointment, things like that. And I think she got it stopped or something like that.
You would think for something as serious that it would require you to like have a doctor's thing, have like and that you.
It's like you're a vegetable, like.
Well, right. That's different. I'm saying like if you go in like with something as simple as his, it's like okay, I need a doctor's note about your vision thing. Yeah. I need a thing to actually show me that you are diabetic, and I need like 2 loved ones with you. Because this is a decision that's, you know what I mean? You can't just fucking...
Yeah. Crazy.
Damn. Yeah, but with the Sviet.
Savanya. It's sad.
It is.
It's crazy. No one should ever kill themselves, ever. No one ever should. There's literally no reason to do it. Like, if you're out there and you want to fucking kill yourself...
At least do something good before you do it.
Yeah.
Like, take someone else. Be a vigilante. Take someone out that's a bad fucker. You know what I mean? Like, you really want to do it? Okay, let me go find out who's a fucked up person, and I'm going to go take them out, and then I'm going to take myself out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm at least going to do something good in the world. One last hurrah. Do that. Do you know how much that would be fucking helpful?
That would be fine. So if you want to kill yourself, kill
Bring someone. A friend. Not a friend, like a good friend. Like, bring an enemy.
Yeah.
That's a bad person.
Go kill Putin. And see if they put in some jolly guy.
How hard would it be to get close to him?
Like saying that right there is actually, I might bleep that out. Like that's kind of scary to say.
Nuh-uh.
You said that very serious, and I was like, yeah, I will.
But no, like I'm just like wondering, like that would be like, I bet you people like that are super fucking protected.
Yeah.
That's crazy when you think about it. Like when you actually think about like how much, like how many levels or how many people you have to get past to get to the final boss. You know what I mean? Like in a way, you know, it's like that, like just having that level of protection and having to live like that would be a little bit terrifying for me to like go to sleep at night. You know what I mean? Or to trust like a lot of shit. Oh, yeah. You know, you have to have someone there opening up your fucking mail, I bet. Trusting it, you know, like, I don't know. I'm not going to open that shit.
No, your life's never the same.
Damn. That's why I'm not going to become powerful. I just live a simple life.
Yep.
Look, real quick.
What were we going to do?
You're going to do this stop. I'm just going to see what it's going to land on.
Oh, the stop thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But you're just going to stop it with your finger or what?
Oh, is that what I'm doing?
No,
you stop it?
Yeah. Okay. Or do you want to stop it?
I'll stop it.
Okay. Okay. Now, close your eyes.
Okay.
Go back and forth with your hands like that because there's 4 of them on there.
My nails like sticking out.
Okay,
you like
it's
that?
fine. Yeah. Do go back and forth, but like with your pointer finger because you're gonna have to like this. The inside, which I'm not gonna show you. It's like this. There's a spell here, a spell here, a spell here, a spell here.
That's what I was doing.
Go like this back and forth,
like that.
or however you want to do it. And then
doing this.
Oh, okay, and then just stop somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Okay. Close your eyes.
I was doing a snake. And then,
Okay, right.
I was doing a snake like this.
Okay, right.
And then go back. Quadrant. Right here.
Okay. A Mars iron protection ritual against intruders or someone who comes to your door to intimidate you. It's beginning Tuesday and for 18 nights. You have to do it for 18 nights. The first Tuesday, add sprinkling of soil and salt to the jar, saying, "The protection of Mars makes iron walls impenetrable to those who call with hate or malice in their heart. Depart, I say, depart." Add a U-shaped paper clip to the jar, saying the same spell words. Place some dried rosemary in it, put on the lid, and shake it 9 times, repeating the spell words 9 times. Repeat this each night. When you have put in all 19 paper clips, add sour red wine, close the jar, and shake it 9 times, saying 9 times, "Ferment, you are sent back by Mars's iron will. Barred from here, never again to appear. When it is dark, bury the jar outside or dispose of it." That's fucking exciting. What are you looking for?
We're gonna do that real quick. I'm gonna get the GoPro ready.
You have to do it for 18 days.
I know, we're gonna do it once. I'll show you my ritual for it. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Are you really doing something?
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for joining us on our adventure in episode number 88. Next week is my actual birthday episode because it is my birthday. So we're gonna do something special for that. And other than that, thank you guys so much. Obviously, you guys just saw what my ritual was. Actually, no, we'll put it at the end. So stay tuned to the end after the ending. But thank you guys so much for joining, and see you retards later next time.
Need help?
Yeah,
you do.
This, yeah.
Okay. All right.
But you gotta end it with a no.
Okay. No.
Okay. Just watch this.
Okay.
Wait, what are you watching?
You're so. Oh.
Like I was talking to them.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay, now watch this because I'm gonna include that.
Okay.
Who is that? Oh, stop! I have a Mars iron protection ritual. Man, fuck that. This is my ritual. If some intruder goes towards me.
It turned off.
No, it's fine. It's still recording. That's the ritual.
Budala. Bravo, Budala.
Peace, Budala.